Okay, so hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Miriam. So we're going to be talking about Imam Wisam Sharieff. And so he was the Imam that was known for working for Al Maghrib Institute, who was a Quran instructor who was recently arrested by the FBI for engaging and producing explicit child content. And so this is the crazy thing about it, because I think Al Maghrib Institute and some people were trying to really just sweep it under the rug, or the prayer rug for that matter. But we're going to talk about what it was that he was really doing, because this person had a problem, and definitely efforts need to be made to find other victims. There has to be other victims out here. And so this man definitely was a deviant. He had to been insane, right? He was teaching Islamic sex worship. He was teaching that children should engage in sexual activity in order to worship God. And so sadly, he found a woman who probably either was not mentally all there, or in some way was just vulnerable. And so it makes you think about all those different cults, right, in which you've heard of the leaders being able to take advantage of the children, the women, or even the men in the community, and they're exploiting everyone. And so this is a sad thing, you guys, because when you have people using their power, using their knowledge, their authority, and telling people this is what you need to do to worship God, this is one of the most demonic, evilest things you could ever do. And so he was telling this woman and her child to engage in acts with each other. He was teaching her how to tell her child to engage in acts. And so he was encouraging this. He was teaching incest, and he was teaching them this is what they had to do in order to get close to God, to get close to Allah and Islam. And so if you can imagine how evil this is, this person is a psychopath. They're crazy, right? And so when you have these kind of predators, there's never one victim. And so that's why it was so devastating. Now, I'm going to share a link to the actual FBI statement that was taken. And it was crazy because at the end of the statement, it was supposed to be, there was a request for it to be sealed. It wasn't sealed. And you guys know how it is when it comes to legal documents. Things get leaked, or things just don't necessarily get sealed. But it goes into detail the evidence that is brought against this man. And so it is luckily, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, that his wife made the call. Because there are a lot of people who do not make the call when their loved one is involved in illegal activity, because they don't want the shame brought upon their family. They don't want that kind of attention brought on their family. And so if you ever see anyone, friends, family, co-workers, anyone, your father, your wife, your husband, your brother, your sister, involved in immoral, illegal activity with a child, or someone else, on their phone, their tablet, their computer, pick up the phone and call law enforcement immediately. And they will come. These people need to be stopped. They need to be apprehended. This is the only way this kind of crime is going to be stopped. And these people be arrested and then locked up for a long time, right? In reality, there needs to be more that happens to him, right? And hopefully the Islamic community, after this man is released, I don't know how long he's going to do for. He's probably going to do a long time, right? Because even encouraging incest, that's in itself is its own crime. And so hopefully the Islamic community does their own penalty. And so, but this is very evil. And so there's no reason to make light of it. This man wasn't cheating, just simply cheating. This man wasn't just having an affair. This man wasn't having a romantic relationship, as Al Maghrib Institute originally tried to put it on their X, right? On their quote unquote, what used to be called Twitter accounts. This man was involved in egregious. He was involved in encouraging incest, explicit activity. and recording it. And I wouldn't be surprised if he distributed and traded it, because when you have these kinds of predators, they normally swap and trade it. And he was using these different platforms that are encrypted, that people think that no one can catch them, right? And they oftentimes will trade, right? A lot of these pedophiles will trade and swap all this content, all this crap, right? Because they're weird and they're bizarre. And so we need these people to know how weird and bizarre they are. And these people need to just be, they need to be put on an island, and the island needs to be bombed. And so this is so disgusting. This is so disgusting. And so there needs to be efforts, because they say this man has helped or taught over 25, between lectures and whatever else, 25,000 students, right? There's other victims out there. He has done something else with someone else. And so this is a thing, you guys, because obviously this woman, for her to have engaged in this activity, and I believe she was arrested too, and was able to be brainwashed or manipulated, or, people not knowing this isn't Islam. This is not what Islam is, right? This is absolutely insane. But there are other people that may have been groomed the other way, which you're used to hearing about on the news, in which that person builds trust and then tries to become a boyfriend of the child, right? And this can happen to girl or boy, because a lot of people will say, oh, well, we try to have gender segregation. Do you know that you will have heterosexual men try to even groom young boys, right? That otherwise are involved in heterosexual adult relationships. People that have a problem will try to be with anything that has a heartbeat. They will try to take advantage of anything that has a heartbeat. And so if you're someone, especially who chooses to do these online classes, because a lot of people are wanting to do online Quran, online Arabic, you need to monitor your child. Don't just walk away. You do not know these people. You know what I'm saying? There's no fear of Allah. The Sharia is not being practiced to full capacity here. There's no fear of Allah. There's no fear of the Sharia. There isn't. And so what people will try to do, these people don't have no fear of the law. And if anyone knows anything, a lot of times here in the West, even, people don't even get a lot of times for these kinds of crimes, depending on what state and everything. Now, this man sounds like he didn't done a lot, so he probably will get a lot. But these people, a lot of times, they're in protective custody and all this other crap, and nothing happens to them. They don't have no threat of violence against them. They're coddled in this society. This is why these people don't be scared to do this crap here. Right? Versus if you live somewhere else, is a lynch mob mentality. You're not going to make it out. You wouldn't even made it to the jail. And so these people, you don't know who is this. You have to be cautious. If you are doing something online, right? If your child is doing a class online, don't just leave them unattended for hour after hour after hour, because some people look at this as a break. Oh, this is my time to get a break. I'm going to just leave you in a room for an hour and just walk away. And you're meeting with someone you don't know for several hours a week. Your child can be groomed. It doesn't matter who you think you are. Oh, my child is this, my child is that, right? Especially when you have young children, because a lot of people want their young children learning Arabic young, learning Quran young, and then your children can be groomed, befriended, and taken advantage of, right? And so, it can happen. So you need to supervise. You need to be in there, poking your head in there. You need to be off to the side, looking in there. Don't just be gone. Because there are people that are intentionally knowing. They do this on purpose. They know the parents look at this as an opportunity to escape, have some me time for an hour, and then they get to do what they want with your child for an hour. So go on and like this video, you guys. Share it so that other people are educated and informed. This is real. Even if you're in the Muslim community, you have to protect yourself, you guys. There are predators amongst the Muslims. Bye.